So, you're welcome to the second episode. Yeah, the second episode of What's the Big Deal?
Woohoo!
And I'm in the studio with one of the baddest. Let me not even hype him too much because this guy, the guy used to feel himself
I'm
too
very
much.
humble. Please.
Can
Don't spoil my career. It's too
the
early.
pride in the humility?
Please, it's too early.
Humility mixed with pride. So this guy is the guy in the studio. You can already hear his voice. The guy is one of the baddest media personalities that you can. Media personality didn't really capture what you do.
I mean, maybe
Media
marketing professional.
consultant.
Exactly. Yeah.
Marketing consultant. You want your businesses to go viral. You want millions of people to see your businesses.
And you want to make money, please.
And you
That's
want
the
to
most
make
important
money.
part for business owners. Yes,
Yeah.
please reach out to me.
This is the guy that you call. And it's none other than Yemi Shongolano.
Yemi
Drum
Lano.
rolls.
Yemi
Lano.
Lano.
You
Yes.
don't
I've
remove
changed
the-
my name. I told you.
Wow, you changed your name?
Yeah, I did.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
You announced it on
That's
newspaper.
news now. I mean, yeah, I did.
Wow, that's
I did.
nice. That's nice. I didn't know.
Now the whole world knows.
So let me do it again. Drum rolls. Brrr, none other than Yemi Lano.
Woohoo! Thank you,
I'm
guys.
so excited
Thank
to
you.
be here with
Same
you.
here.
You hear me? And as the culture is on what's the big deal, we're going to start with something everybody that comes on what's the big deal must sing or rap.
Yeah. Thank
you
God.
must sing or rap.
I will not sing because
won't
I don't have a
sing.
good voice. I
Actually,
mean,
you don't have
I'm
a-
going to try to rap.
So,
I have this line I've had for like 10 years
It
now.
has
so
to be a freestyle.
yeah, that's fine.
So you still rap that line. I'm sorry, freestyle. All right, now then go ahead.
Who's going to give me the beats? Yeah. Come on. Hey. Let's go. God is my father. He knows what really matters. Every time I do my prayer, that I live the life of winner. It took me from the gutter to a level higher. I'm the best in the world, and God. Don't worry, I don't get this line. Don't think.
Oh, yeah. That's a freestyle, by the way.
Yeah. Thank you, guys.
This
Sign
guy-
me up.
This guy used to chill in the studio with MI and I think Mode 9.
That's not true.
Mode 9.
It's
he's trying to be
Lil
humble.
Wayne. It's Lil Wayne and Kanye West.
Guy, if you want to lie that people can believe. All right, so let's not waste much time any
Yeah.
longer. Let's just go into our discussion for today. And I think I want to ask you a very important question when it comes to the marketing space.
Yeah.
And it's basically about traditional media.
Oh, okay.
Yes, is traditional media still relevant in this 21st century? And by traditional media, just for our viewers who don't really understand what traditional media is, we're talking about any form of marketing medium that is not digital.
Yeah.
That doesn't have to be your laptops.
So we're
or
talking
whatever.
about TVs, radios, press, the likes of them like
Yeah,
that.
so I've come across many people who say that newspapers, why will you advertise on newspapers? Billboards don't work anymore, flyers and all that. So with your wealth of experience and still functioning in the industry till today, what do you have to say about that?
Okay, for traditional media, I mean, it's been very dominant since before I was born.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's still very, very effective. And the advantage of the new generation advertising is the fact that the mixture of traditional media and digital media, makes and helps brand get proper visibility and probably helps you make more money. But back to the question that you asked, rather, is it still effective? Trust me, 100%. 100%.
100%.
Yes, and I've been doing this for a while now, and I've had my own reservation at some point too. And I had to do some test runs with the company to see what really works.
Okay.
And after a few experiments with different industries, I can categorically tell you that it is a place for brands to spend their money. But trust me, it is still very, very effective. It's been there for the longest time, and it's still relevant as of now. So it is still very effective.
Because I was also having this discussion with someone, I think that was yesterday, and we're talking about, billboards in particular.
Oh, okay.
Billboards and maybe like posters and all.
Yes.
And which is still a question I'm still going to ask you to get your take. on, we're talking about targeting.
Yes.
Targeting specific people
Yeah.
through ads, and which one is going to function the most, which digital or traditional, which one will help you target. And I think from our discussion we discovered that, for example, you want to reach everybody, you just want to reach people in a certain area.
Yes.
Let's say we're in Abuja now, let's say Utako, you're going to have an event in Utako and you want everybody in Utako to know about it.
Yeah.
Traditional media is your go-to. So my question to you now is, traditional media and digital media, let's do a slight comparison. Like, in what scenarios do you think traditional media is going to, people should use traditional media over digital media? Because it seems like everybody, once they wake up, they start a business, they are going digital, and they ignore the traditional part. But
Well, I mean, I wouldn't blame anyone that does that. I mean, it's in the 21st century now. It's like the go-to place.
yeah, everybody's on their
Do you
phone,
understand?
you know.
But before now, right? Let's talk about the days of our parents when there was no social media. They had to leverage on newspapers. They had to leverage on billboards. You know, they had to leverage on TV.
Yeah.
Do you understand? They had to leverage on TV and the likes. And would I say one is more effective than the other? I don't think I would do that.
Okay.
You know, they both have their strength. They both have their advantages.
Yeah.
Do you understand? And as a business owner who intends to scale up the business, who intends to make profits, who intends to stand out, now we're in a saturated market. Do you understand? And there are so many distractions, you know. In short, right now, they said the lifespan of an average consumer is like 3 to 5 seconds now.
Yeah.
You know, so there's so much noise out there. How do you intend to stand out? Do you understand? So if your aim as a business owner is to stand out, you know, create awareness and make money, right, you might need to want to augment the both of them together. Instead of just saying, oh, I just want to do billboards, or I just want to do TV, or I just want to do traditional media rather, or I just want to do digital media.
Yeah.
You might need to augment both of them so you can get proper results. Now, as to your question, which is better? Like I said, I wouldn't say
One is better,
than the other, because, so for example, when you use digital media, you know, you can reach a particular demography, right? You can reach a particular age group. You know, you can reach a particular working class people. You know, the targeting is kind of more specific, right?
Yeah.
But when you look at traditional media, let's talk about billboard that you use as the example. It gives you a broader reach. Now, in the concept of influencing, right? You know, it's bastardized here in Nigeria, thinking influencers are only the celebrities on TV, but forgetting that individuals also influence their fellow individuals.
Okay.
So it simply means that I can influence my friend, I can influence my parent, I can influence my colleagues to make a decision to use a brand. So let's assume now, case study, you're trying to open a shortlet in Utako because we're in Abuja, for example, and you take up a billboard and you take one in Utako, which is fine because it's close to where you're located, and you take one in S1E2, which is a bit 10-15 minutes away from Utako.
Yeah.
It's not your direct target, right? But people there would see it. And if it is relevant to anyone that has seen it or close to their circle, they would also tell the person to say, these guys are opening a game shop in Utako. Oh, these guys are opening a store in Utako. So it's beyond just the reach that you want to see it. So that's the broader aspect that traditional media does for you. But when it comes to digital, you're trying to reach a specific set of people, and your reach, your impression, and all that is restricted to those people. So they both have the advantages at the end of the day. Like I
think
said.
I also like to say that I think traditional media also substantiates digital media. Because when you've probably seen something online, and now you've seen it physically, you're seeing a billboard that's talking about that thing you've seen online, it makes you a bit more confident in what you saw online.
It's also part of the conversation that I was going to talk about eventually. You know, there's a thing about social media. Everybody opens social media. The other day, Elon Musk, when he bought into Twitter, was talking about the fact that he was going to drop some account because there's so many bots and all that. Now, there's a part of trust, credibility that traditional media gives to you. Do you understand? When when someone sees your advert on a billboard or on press or on TV,
You can't be a scam.
there's just that you can be a scam,
On billboard.
but no, I'm just saying, but there's a credibility
Yes.
attached to the fact that for this person to be on billboard, they take you more
Seriously, yes.
Do you understand? And in the course of our conversation, I'll tell you how research has proven that when people see a billboard and that has a website, for example, or they see an advert on TV or press, they are forced sometimes, most times, to want to go and check it out on the internet. So you see
Yes.
how these things are kind
Work
of intertwined.
together.
Do you understand? So, like I said, I won't say one is better than the other. Why is this still
they
relevant
play
as at the
different roles.
21st century? It is
Yes.
still relevant. What you're seeing now in that space is people are beginning to innovate on the concept. So you realize that 10 years ago, the billboard designs that you saw or you've seen then is different from the concept you're seeing now. So, which is making the audience, it creates this kind of fascination. Like,
Okay.
what kind of structure is this? This is mad. Do you get?
That's going to bring me to my next question, because you're talking about how traditional media and how the designs and all that
Yes.
have evolved, and
Yes.
how the structures have evolved. So there's a particular ad that we ran that drew in, I think, how many millions or up to a billion
Yes, for the clients.
for the clients
Yes.
within the space of less than a year.
Yes. No, it was less than, way less than.
Way less than
Yes.
a year, yeah. So
I think at that period, they started making about 5 billion monthly. So, I mean,
good. All right. So, and that, I think it was traced back to a couple of traditional media ads that were run for them at
Yes.
that point in time.
Yes.
But I want us to focus on one which I think created a lot of buzz, and that was
Okay.
there was a press ad
yes.
that we ran that
We're not
time.
calling the client's name.
Yeah,
just
we're
for,
not going to
for non-disclosure.
run the client's name. So I want to ask, based on that, because I believe that must have opened our eyes, your eyes especially,
Yes.
to what works and
Yes.
what makes things in the traditional space work.
Yeah.
So using a press as a case study now,
Yes.
are there some elements that if a brand is about to run a press ad
Yes.
in whatever industry, are there certain elements that must be included in that press ad to make sure that it catches the targets or the target audience's attention,
Yes.
and brings out that money from their pocket?
Well, I mean, they say content is king.
Yeah.
I mean, and we can't dispute that. But before I answer this question, I'm just going to say this. It is always important that clients allow agencies or marketers advise them, because we are the professionals. We're the ones that have done the research and know what the
And we
industry,
know what works.
the industry and what
Yeah.
works. So like I told you, at some point in my career, I realized that I was kind of skeptical about this traditional media thing, and I was like, this thing, I beg, the world has evolved.
Yeah.
Social media. Do you understand?
Woke and
And
broke.
Mr. George Omoraro, who's
Yeah.
our boss, was like, let's experiment this thing. Let's even clear our doubts and
Yeah.
stuff. And we did some experiments, and the clients started getting calls. And I was like, wow, this one works. Okay, let's try another channel. That was press, by the way.
Yes.
We tried another channel, which was billboard. Pum, 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 pum. Wow. We said, no, maybe it's because of that industry. Let's
Yes,
try
try
another
another
industry.
industry.
We tried it in the cleaning industry, because that was real estate.
Yes.
Pum, 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 pum. I was like, oh, wow. So this actually really works. So that was when I got my own conviction. And
Even in
less than a year,
FMCG.
2 years later, in Lagos and Abuja, boom, industries that were not even using billboard advertising or press advertising before started using it.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Now, back to your major question. Yes, it is very important to pay attention to some certain details when you're running adverts. And this is beyond traditional media, even on digital media. Your content must be able to drive and draw the attention of whoever is reading it. So let's just press as a case study.
Yeah.
And I'm going to, and concerning the case study you raised
Yes,
about the client that we're able to help to make about 5 billion monthly. We realized that the major reason why this client made that much money was, one, the headline. The headline was compelling. The headline was a bit emotional. It was the headline that was able to draw them to say, I want to read this thing. I want to key into this product. I want to key into the company. That kind of headline. Now since we're talking about press, there's the part of the headline. There's a part of the introduction. So when the person sees the headline, the person is compelled to dive into that conversation. What exactly is this thing about? I'm interested. Cyber will say, you'll get them to a point where they'll say, take my money. Do you understand? And that was what we're able to do for the client at that time. People saw the headline, they keyed into it. They saw the intro. Your intro too must be able to lead people on. Headline banging, intro must lead people on. Then the body of your press must be able to summarize exactly what you want them to achieve or what you want to achieve with your press. So if you're advertising a product, that must be part of it. What is the benefit for whoever is reading this thing?
They must be able to.
Don't just sell the product. What is it doing for the person? Is the person making money? Is it going to help them personally? If it's an investment platform, how much will they make in what time? Do you understand? If it's real estate, is it a legacy they can leave for their children or grandchildren? Are they going to make returns on investment? Those things must be added. If it's in the FMCG industry, what is the benefit to the person? You must be able to break down these things in your press, and this will make people take actions.
Yes. So even talking about your press and your traditional ads and how they work, I think one mistake most brands make is that they try to create their marketing materials from their own point of view, and this is one thing that agencies or marketing professionals have that many brands fail to tap into, and that's a proper understanding of the market and how the market, how your dream buyer thinks and reasons. So even also looking at that press ad, of course it was not a fluke.
True.
We knew exactly what we wanted to achieve, even though the results blew our minds and we're like, wait, I think we've bumped into something right here. You were talking about the headline. The headline was something that someone with that problem, you just spoke to the problem of that.
The pain point of
exactly.
the consumer.
So once you are able to do that and once you're able to find out the pain point of your consumer and place that in front, maybe a billboard. Because I saw a billboard recently. I'm not going to call names, and it was the brand name. Then under they say a brand you can trust. Finish. And I said to myself, that's about how many hundreds of thousands of naira wasted. No promise, nothing, a brand I can trust. I mean, that's cliche, and that's so.
I know the thing for you is, since you're the copywriting king, and when you see things like that, you just get irritated.
So,
do you understand?
Yes.
Let me give you an example. So let's assume, as a young guy, or you're in your 40s, you've never owned a home before, right? And you have a dream to own your home and stuff, and you've been saving for the longest time. Then you see an advert on a billboard, or you see an advert on press or on TV that says, not even your budget can stop you. Please tell me you will not take action.
You take action.
Do you understand
because
my
you
point?
see your problem has been your budget as well.
So you have to be able to reach the pain point of the consumer. You have to be able to create compelling headlines that would make these people take action. Do you understand?
Yes.
And there's also a part of emotions that you must be able to play with, because people are always emotional with their problems, whether you like it or not. They're always emotional with their problems. And that's why when you reach people's pain point, immediately they take actions. Do you understand?
Yes.
So it is very key. The headlines are always very key, whether for billboards, whether
For press
for press
ads
ads,
and so on.
radio, TVs, and even on the digital media. Your headline is
So
what
this
makes
kind
people
of like
take
cuts
action.
across both traditional
Yes,
and
yes,
digital. But that's these are, I just feel that, also feel that maybe when it comes to traditional media,
yes.
why it seems traditional media has not been working most times, because people are lazy about it these days.
Well,
All the innovation has moved
yeah,
digitally. Only
sometimes
those who
I see some billboards just like you said, and you're
yes.
marveled, and I'm like, what's going on here? So billboard, for example, has to be plain and very simple. You see some people do billboard like it's a flyer. They just dump all the
And
information
people
on the
can
world,
read.
and because you are short spanned in terms of attention, you will not be
Even
able to read
sight,
all.
even
Do you
short-sighted,
understand? You'll be
because
able to read
yeah.
all. So, billboard has to be very simple. It's the nail on the head. Your call to action is there. If they're supposed to go to a website, direct them there. If they're supposed to place a call, direct them there. Not like you'll see a
You want to
billboard and you'll
see
be asking questions
everything.
like, what is going on
What
here?
like
Even
where they are
flyers
fighting.
now, the words on flyers have been reduced because of the attention span of people. Nobody does the way we do flyers in those days. Nobody does that
Yeah.
anymore. The world has evolved. So that's what I was saying. Even traditional media has to evolve, or has also evolved.
But people are lagging
But yeah, a
behind,
lot
and
of
that's
people,
why they
like,
feel it doesn't work.
why will I do like that, the example you just gave? What's the point of that?
Of that
What do you
billboard.
understand?
Yeah.
Do you understand? So at the end of the day, there has to be a call to. I've seen a lot both in Lagos, in Abuja.
And there's no call to action.
Yeah, and there's no call to action. I'm like, what exactly is this? This is wrong. Somebody's just wasting money.
They say everybody is online.
Yeah.
That your target audience, your customer is online. But I dare say that a lot of your customers are not online.
I totally agree with you, 100%.
Some of them are online, but they are not even active online
There are more people offline than the online,
than you online.
whether we like it or not. So this is my case study. Nigeria is highly populated, and the numbers of people on the internet today compared to the number of the population of the country is very slim. We'll probably have about 10%.
10%.
Oh, that's over 20.
I guess.
That's too
I guess
much,
it
right?
might be more than that.
Okay.
Actually.
What Nigeria is about over 200 million.
Yes.
10% is like 20
20
million
million,
people. I think we're more than 20 million that have access to the internet. Okay, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm just saying. And we go out daily. Everybody does. You must use the road. You must go to the market. You go to the mall. You go to the office. You must use the road. Now, let's talk about case study Lagos and Abuja, highly populated areas. People spend so much time in traffic. Imagine there's a traffic light in front of you and you have a billboard just directly by the traffic light. And it's on red, alt. Two things are involved. You're either looking at the billboard or not. And if the billboard is an attention-catching billboard,
Yeah.
in
if you
terms
know how
of the
to work your
content,
billboards.
in terms of the content or the creative, the design of the billboard, it will catch people's attention and they want to see it. Right?
Okay,
Yes.
go on.
Yeah,
Go on.
and they want to look at it more and say, what's this about? In the course of what's this about, research has started.
True.
That's when they go online to say, who are these people? Are they even on Instagram? And that's why I kept on saying this, and you need to augment both.
Yeah.
Do you understand? There are
Yes.
some popular brands,
Yes.
like Coca-Cola, for example.
Go on.
Till tomorrow, Coca-Cola still does billboards. The telcos,
They still do.
they still do billboards. Real estate feels like the king of billboards now.
Now, yes.
So why are they doing it? It's working.
Even churches.
Whether you like churches, they are the second kings, or maybe they are even the
They are
first.
the first king.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
It means it is working. So when people tell me traditional media is dead, I'm writing an article, by the way,
Okay.
and I'm like, what do you mean? People are making so much money off this. Let me give you a recent case study so you understand this thing better. Elections just finished. Everybody is on TV. Was because we're still in the election period
Yeah.
anyways, was and is your brand on TV. So we ran some
Even on
adverts
radio.
on radio too, yes. We ran some adverts. Now I'm talking radio makes a lot of sense because for people that cannot afford TV in their home, guess where they are? They are listening. I'm talking about people that are not in the urban areas. Do you understand?
Yes.
We ran some advert on TV during the election period. The client, because of the calls, you are aware now, the
Yeah.
calls were overwhelming. They had to create a situation room like the elections. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
These things are working.
They do.
And guess what? People now reach out to the website went down for a bit because of the volume of
Or they've
people
been
that were reaching
running
out.
digital ads.
Do you understand? I'm not talking down on digital adverts,
Exactly.
but I'm just trying to make you understand this thing is working. The website had to go down. We had to reinstall the website immediately. On social media, when people reach out, they tell you, "Oh, I saw this advert on TV, and I'm trying to make more inquiries." That's to tell you that it's working. So when the client reached out a day, 2 days after, as on Monday, go ran it over the weekend too, and said, "We had to create a situation room." I was just laughing because people still do not believe that traditional media works.
Key takeaways.
Yeah.
Traditional media works and works real good.
True.
You only just have to know how to work it.
True.
The structures to use, the placement, and that's where the professionals come in to help you do that professionally and get the required result. Number 2, for you to make maximum sales, for you to make more money in your business, combine digital and traditional. Don't just stay digital.
If in this 21st century, if by 2023, as a business owner, you don't think combining both is good for your business, you're wasting time. You're leaving money on the table.
Yeah.
You are not in the same space with your competition. Trust me, you are not. You're sleeping. I'm not even saying SLEEP. I'm talking about SLI. I mean, that's it.
Yes.
Now, just what I'm going to say finally, right, and why I keep saying is very important to augment. In the course of staying at the top of the consumer's mind, that's top of the mind awareness, there's a journey that makes a lot of sense. So let's assume I'm sitting on my phone and I see an advert. And I see an advert just pops up or something, a sponsored post or whatever. Then I drive out. I'm driving out, going for an event, and I see that same advert on a billboard.
Yeah.
I get back home at night. I'm trying to see the news at 10. I see the same advert. Even if I don't need to take action immediately, the time when I want to take that action, right? I might remember that advert.
To mind, especially if it offers you something.
And most times, what I advise business owners is, it's not enough to run advert for 3 months or 6 months and you think that's it. Let's assume that your target audience at the time when they saw your advert cannot afford it. Then when the time comes for them to take that action, you are no longer available for them because they've not seen your ad. And somebody just started advert a day before, they will go and miss that person. And that's how you lose your customer. So it's always important to always stay at the top of people's mind. I mean, that's what wins the street anyways.
Yep.
Do you understand? So I mean,
all right, so till we come your way once more, I remain Tobena Ugunze. You can follow me on Instagram, Tobena Ugunze, Tobena.Ugunze, and you can follow him on Instagram at
Sir_Yemi Lano.
Yemi Lano.
Ciao.
And from here in the studios, Rage Studios, I really want to say thank you all to all my fans out there.
Thank you for listening.
Tuning in and listening and watching this prolific
I think you should change your accent at this point. Thank you for listening.
And thank you for listening to this wonderful episode of What's the Big Deal?
What's the big deal? We are the big deal. We, Rage, are the big deal.
See you same time, same station, same weather, same everything.
Same black background.
Same. Just chassis you same, but we don't want to see the same you. We want to see a better you next time.